Good morning, June 14th. God-pleasing faith. Without faith, it is impossible to please Him, for he who comes to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Almost everything we as believers hold dear has to do with the invisible. In fact, the great truths of our faith involve things we can't see: God, Jesus, eternity. Yet, by faith, we know that God exists, Jesus was raised from the dead, and heaven is real. Believing God exists is not enough. Faith is also seeking God. In fact, throughout Scripture, having faith and seeking God are synonymous. True faith means we don't stop believing after our salvation. Instead, we entrust our whole selves to God, seeking Him daily to fulfill His promises in and through our lives and circumstances. Faith that actively believes and diligently seeks is the kind of faith that pleases God. That's why the heroes of Hebrews 11 are commended for their faith. They believed God wholeheartedly, they trusted His promises unconditionally, and they sought His purposes solely. Are you active in your belief? Diligent in your seeking? This pleases God. Faith enables the believing soul to treat the future as present and the invisible as seen. J. Oswald Sanders. Good evening. Joyous assurance. Take courage. It is I. Don't be afraid. Matthew chapter 14, verse 27. Many of the Lord's children have forgotten how to live with joy and peace and without fear. The world is overrun with wickedness, and people find little to rejoice in. They identify with the spirit of the day and forget that, as Christians, they have the ability to rise beyond the turmoil of our times. Christian joy is not a giddy emotion that ignores evil or shrugs it off as trifling. Christ commands His disciples to remain cheerful and courageous. This implies that they should be aware of the worst that can happen, and yet, with Christian optimism, hope for the best. Even when you are afraid and despair stalks you, hold steadfastly to the truth that God is still in control. Christians should be joyful and at peace because they have a living hope in their hearts. You have the joyous assurance that the ultimate victory belongs to Christ. Even though evil is rampant in the world, you can face the future with courage because you know Christ, and He has overcome the world.